Hey, what's up, good people? It's your boy P.Michael here. Listen, like I said, once again, this live is for the replay. This is not for the people that's joining in live. This is for the replay, man. I have a message I want to share, man. Just looking back at my life, thinking about all the events and the things that happened, right, that led me to this point that I'm at right now, right? So I was looking at some things, and I thought about when I was like 10 years old. I remember complaining to my mom that she wasn't getting my hair cut. So my mom used to wait like a month. She used to get my hair cut like once a month. For some strange reason, that's what she thought, that I needed a haircut once a month. Or at times she always felt like she needed to spend money on our bills and food in the fridge before she worried about the other things in life. So she dealt with things like that. She dealt with the bigger issues before she dealt with the small issues, right? So those things she told me, you know, I still was upset. I'm a kid, I'm 10 years old. I want my hair cut. You know what I mean? Everybody else got their hair cut, I want my hair cut. Plus my mom, man, she was so big on not making me look like, she didn't want me to look like nobody else. So she didn't let me get the things that everybody else was getting, right? So this was the 80s, and the shag was out, and she would not let me get a shag. She like, nah, drug dealers get shags. You can't get no shag. I'm like, Mom, can I get a part? She's like, no, drug dealers get parts. You can't get no part. She did not want me to look like nobody else but myself. She didn't even let me get a shape up. I didn't even get a shape up in the front of my head because of my mom. But she used to get my hair cut like once a month. And I remember going over one of my homies' houses, and his dad had some clippers. And just muscle memory, like just knowing what the barber would do to me, I took those clippers, man, and cut my hair down. No shape up or nothing, just cut it down like a dark length. I had hair still all over my face, all over my neck and my shirt. I ran out of my man's house, and I felt like I had a fresh cut. I was cool. I went home, man. My mom was like, man, she was like, who you selling drugs for? She was all big about me not selling drugs when I was growing up, right? She was like, who you selling drugs for? How'd you get a haircut? I'm like, Mom, I cut my own hair. She's like, no, you didn't. You don't know how to cut no hair. So after just arguing with me, man, listen, that Christmas, she bought me a pair of clippers. And she was like, now do it in front of me. Show me that you know how to cut your own hair. Because I would cut my hair like every week. I just go to my homie house, take his dad clippers, cut my hair every week. So she was like, I want to see you do it. She bought me some clippers, man. I never looked back. And from that point forward, I probably was 11 years old, I started cutting hair. And little do I know that God had a blessing in the midst of me thinking that it was a problem. I said, man, my problem is my mom won't get my hair cut. Everybody else got a haircut. And me thinking that was a problem, God turned that into a blessing. And I did not know back then that that was how God was going to bless me with my career and for the rest of my life. And barbering has took me to so many, oh my God, so many places, man. I done cut hair around the world. I done cut athletes hair, celebrities. Man, I cut some of the dopest people hair, man. And then I get a chance to cut people hair in my community. So I make friends. Unlike a lot of other business owners and entrepreneurs, I get a chance to work with the public. And I get a chance to work with people that I personally know. And I love, man, you know, I love just talking to them, man. And one thing about being a barber is we get a chance to sit down and talk. And we get a chance to sit down and listen as well. Listen to other people's issues and problems, man, and come up with solutions. And we kind of like therapists, man. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I am so blessed, man. And I'm so happy that back then, my mom wasn't getting my hair cut like everybody else was getting their hair cut. Because little do I know, God was birthing me right in the midst of that. In the midst of that little, what I thought was a storm when I was 10 and 11 years old, he was birthing a career out of that. And I didn't see it at that time, you know what I mean? And now that I reflect and I look back, and I'm about to be 40 years old, and I look back at time and I say, you know what? My mom, what she did prepared me for today. You know what I mean? Because now I still don't want to look like nobody else. I always want to be myself. You know what I mean? I don't want to do something just because somebody else do it. I don't want to look like somebody just because somebody else look a certain way. I can admire it, but I don't have to mimic it and mock it. You know what I mean? If I see a haircut or a style or something on a brother, man, that's a dope style. I don't want it. I don't want it, but that's a dope style. You know what I mean? And I get that because that was planted in me from since I was little. My mom just didn't want me looking like nobody else. She was birthing some things inside of me, man. And now that I look at it, I'm like, man, I'm grateful that I had the mom I had, and she made the decisions that she made back then. because they really made me the person I am today, man. So, and God really showed up, man. He really birthed my career back when I was 10 years old. I mean, now that I look at it, I'm like, wow, I had a passion for cutting hair all the way back then. And I really took it serious at 12 years old is when I really like bought like my own pair of clippers myself and really started working inside my craft. And I was cutting other people that suffer from the same issues. Mom couldn't afford to get them haircuts, and so I cut their hair in my hood, and their parents would come to my house and be like, "You cut my son hair?" and give me like $3, $4. You know what I mean? And that's how the money started. So I never started by charge. I never wanted to cut hair to make money. I didn't even know you could make money in it. I just wanted to make sure I served myself as well as the people that was around me. And I do that to this day. And that's what going back to school haircuts is all about. For the past 17 years, I've been doing free back to school haircuts for all the kids in my community, as well as any other community that somebody call me and say, "Hey, my church, we want to do this event. We want a barber." I'm there. I'll come on my day off and I'll do it, man. And I'll cut as many kids as I possibly can cut. And because I know how it felt back then to be so like upset that I didn't have a haircut. That one small issue birthed a career in me, but who knows what it can do to another kid. It can cause confidence lacking. Like, kids can be lacking in confidence because they don't have the things that they want or think that they need. So I try to come in and fill that gap, and I do that for free. So people that's having back to school events, we have one of the largest back to school haircut events coming up this Sunday, and it's at the YMCA on in West Philly. And last year we cut 329 kids, man. 329 kids, and it was a team of barbers with us, man. It was probably like 30 barbers all over the city, man. Some from Delaware, some from Chester, some from Jersey. They came down, man, and we all serviced these kids, man. And that right there is the true blessing. You know what I mean? That's the true blessing. So we got this year, we're gonna try to do at least 450 kids, man. That's our goal. And we got sponsors for this goal, man. And I just, you know, I'm thanking God, man, every day that he brought me to this. You know what I mean? So thanks for listening to my story, y'all. Y'all take care, be blessed, enjoy your day, and take care.